I think the future of Web3 and crypto is going to be multi-chain. We have Ethereum that is not going anywhere. Solana, don't think we'll be going anywhere. We have blockchains like Injective focused on just DeFi. We have blockchains like Avalanche that are tapping into gaming more and more. Multiple blockchains will exist in the future, which is leading to one massive problem, and that is cross-blockchain communication. How are these blockchains going to communicate with one another so that in the future, for end users like me and you, we have no idea that we're using multiple different blockchains. It just seamlessly happens. How do we get to that future? That is a problem that some blockchain projects out there are trying to solve. And one of them is called Axelar. There is a desperate need for high quality infrastructure that allows blockchains to talk and communicate, especially in a way that just makes it completely seamless. And Axelar is trying to get us to that future. So with blockchain communication being a big problem, Axelar providing a solution should Axelar's native token, AXL, make it onto an altcoin shortlist. That's what I want to dive into in today's video. But before I dive into the video, of course, if you enjoy the video, please hit the like button down below. If you want to enjoy more content like this, hit the subscribe button. I would love to have you as a subscriber on my channel. And if you want to get notified of when I post more videos like this, hit the bell icon down below too. Finally, if you are overwhelmed in the crypto market and you are looking for a resource, one resource that allows you to filter out the key signals from the mass of noise that is in this industry, my 80/20 crypto newsletter is where to head to. I've linked that in the description down below. It is all about trying to help this community navigate this space in a safe way. And with that, let's dive into Axelar and see exactly what this protocol has to offer. So at the foundation, Axelar is a blockchain, and it is a blockchain that has a unique aim, and that is to unify all other blockchains so that blockchain technology can expand in the future. And a great analogy for this is actually on Axelar's own website, and in their own words, they say, think of Axelar as an air traffic control system that handles transportation, routing, and customs/border control between blockchains, or a translator between multiple languages, in this case, different protocols. So they are allowing for communication between different blockchain ecosystems. And there are currently 64 blockchain ecosystems within Axelar's ecosystem. So within Axelar's technology stack, they have integrated 64 different blockchains, and we can see the list here, huge list: Base, Cosmos, Arbitrum, Ethereum, Celestia, Immutable, Polygon, BNB, Avalanche, Terra, Provenance. Some of these I haven't even come across before, but Neutron, Mantle. So a huge range of ecosystems already integrated into Axelar. And with all of these ecosystems integrated into Axelar, what are its key products? And its key products are divided between two things. So on their website, they break it down into an interchain token service, and then they just label something called enterprise solutions. Now, the first and one of Axelar's newest product additions is this interchain token service. And we can see here, send your token anywhere with one click. So interchain tokens go beyond bridges with native fungibility and functionality. So scale tokens with one click with programmable interoperability. So it automates cross-chain. So this allows anyone to develop tokens and decentralized applications that are instantly interoperable across multiple different blockchains. So you could develop an app and it is instantly interoperable with a vast number of ecosystems, not just native to one. And then secondly, we have a service that targets enterprise solutions. So for those Web2 companies that require interoperable solutions, Axelar can provide programmable, scalable, and secure solutions to that. And it can do that at scale. Now, Axelar was first founded back in 2020, and it was founded by Georgios Vlachos and Sergey Gobrovnov, who used to be part of the founding team for Algorand. In 2022, the mainnet was first launched, and this was quickly followed by Axelar's virtual machine, which came in February of 2023. And alongside expanding the technology, the team at Axelar also appears to have been hard at work developing some pretty impressive partnerships. So the list of collaborations that I've found is pretty extensive. We've got the likes of, we can see Microsoft on here, MetaMask that's integrated, Uniswap. It's had some interactions with JP Morgan, Other lists I've seen include DYDX, PancakeSwap, KyberSwap. So those are all part of the lineup. So Axelar has a lot of partnerships, a lot of integrations, which is a great thing to see. This is obviously a trusted protocol, and a lot of applications are already using Axelar's technology. Now, within this ecosystem, we have the AXL token. It's the native token to Axelar, and the native token supports 4 key main functions. The first is securing the Axelar blockchain. So Axelar is a blockchain that's aiming to connect to other blockchains, and in order to keep that secure, it uses a proof of stake consensus within which they use the AXL token. So it's used to secure the network. It's also used for all the transaction fees that occur within that blockchain. So pretty straightforward so far. Then it is also used for the governance of the protocol. So it's used to direct the development direction. For those holding AXL, they can vote on the development direction. And then finally, it is used as a medium of transfer to reward ecosystem builders and developers. So those are the 4 key main functions of the AXL token that we need to be aware about, because those are the utility that could drive demand in the future. So now let's look at AXL's tokenomics. So we're on the CoinMarketCap chart here, and we can see that the current market value, the market cap at the moment for Axelar is just over $600 million. So it places it in the kind of mid-cap territory of altcoins. Now, out of a total supply at the moment of 1.1 billion, 684 million are currently in circulation. This is approximately 60%-ish. However, it's important to remember that there is no maximum here. So this token doesn't have a maximum supply, and the supply of AXL therefore can increase if needed. Now, this is Axelar Scan, and we can see here, we can see all of the ecosystems that Axelar connects. We can see the transactions that are happening between different ecosystems. And on this, I want to draw your attention to the inflation rate of the token. So at the moment, the inflation rate of the AXL token sits at 4.8%, which in the grand scheme of things for projects is really, really low, which is a good thing to see. It means that there won't be a significant amount of supply hitting the market in the future. Other things that we can see on here is that the blockchain currently has 75 validators. It has processed nearly 2 million transactions with a volume of $8.8 billion worth. The average volume per transaction is approximately $4,500. So there we have some of the key metrics for the AXL token. If we then look at the price chart, we can see that since this was launched back in September of 2022, pretty much nothing happened because it was in the middle of a bear market. We transitioned down, and then October, at its all-time low, prices have climbed significantly since then, up to a recent all-time high back in March of around $2.40. Since then, however, we have seen a huge retrace where the price now currently stands at 88 cents. So as always, we now need to weigh up both the upsides and the downsides, the key risks for Axelar and the AXL token. What are the things that could be driving the price of this higher in the future, and what are the things that could destroy this AXL token and send it to zero? First up, I want to tackle the upsides. And first in the list for me is that Axelar stands as one of the leading interoperability players in the market today. It is a project that can benefit from the rising tide of blockchain as a whole, because it is trying to help the communication of the blockchain ecosystem, which involves at the moment connecting 64 different chains. In the future, that is likely going to increase. It means that if the entire crypto industry and blockchain does well in the future, Axelar is just going to be dragged along and up with it just by pure association. Another really promising thing to see at the moment is the number of transactions that are occurring on the Axelar blockchain, which of course we can track. So there is a high number of transactions taking place, which means that there is a clear demand for this service that Axelar is providing. And increasing demand is likely going to put an upwards pressure on price. Similarly, when we look at the TVL chart on DeFi Llama, we can see that after a bit of a rocky start all the way through 2023 up until October, pretty flat, but then since October we have seen a climb in TVL. Apart from the last quarter, where we have seen a slight pullback, but overall, over the last 6 months to 9 months, we've seen higher highs and higher lows on the TVL chart. And if that continues, there is likely going to be more demand placed on the AXL token. And then we come back to the price chart. I want to bring us back to the price chart because in March 2024, so just a few months ago, we saw Axelar post new all-time highs above $2. Although it's since retraced over 50% since then, we have seen firsthand that there is a demand for this AXL token. It's there. So if the bull run continues, there is a strong possibility that momentum for AXL will continue with it. This is a token that hasn't seen a bull market yet. So this is a fresh, young, new, shiny token, and that counts for a lot when we head into the later stages of this bull market cycle. And finally, this 50 to 60% retracement that we're currently seeing means that the price of AXL is now far more attractive potentially as an investment opportunity than it was 3 months ago. So that is if, and it's a big if you believe AXL can climb back to all-time highs. So these are some of the key upsides that I think could help to drive the price of AXL higher. But what about the risks? What could send the price of AXL to zero? And the first one that springs to mind is the interoperability. Although not the sexiest and most interesting of niches, the interoperability niche is hotly contested, and there are a lot of multiple projects on multiple different blockchains that are trying to answer the problem of interoperability and cross-communication between blockchains. We've got the Router protocol, we've got Rune for Thorchain, we've got Quant. All of these projects spring to mind when I think about interoperability, and they all offer strong, unique solutions to the problem. So Axelar needs to outmaneuver all of these to remain dominant and therefore to see the price of AXL continue to increase. Secondly, we have to take into account that the AXL token does not have a maximum supply. It is constantly inflationary. So more and more tokens, AXL coins, can enter circulation, which if more and more coins enter circulation, that will put downwards pressure on price. So if there isn't the demand on the demand side to meet that new supply, then the price of AXL will fall in the future, like we've seen with many other projects that are inflationary. And then the third thing that I want to talk about are the pre-sales for this coin that occurred. So this coin did have a number of pre-sale events. We can see there was a seed round in September of 2021, September of 2020, July of 2021, January of 2022, and also an ICO option of March 2022. Now, for the first two of these, the price of AXL was low. The third, however, which is the Series B seed round, the price that the AXL token was sold for was $1. Now, this means that at current prices, which is 88 cents, that means that Series B investors have not yet made any profit from this coin and will likely look to sell into the market if prices significantly increase in the future, and that could lead to a price dumpage. So that's something to bear in mind. And then finally, the AXL token has already been listed on all of the major exchanges. So unlike a lot of new and much younger altcoins, there is unlikely to be this easy win listing pump from this token in the future. And that is Axelar and the AXL token. Now, I absolutely love infrastructure plays, and I would place this into the infrastructure category. It is trying to build the underlying foundation on which the remainder of the blockchain industry can build from. And so Axelar plays right into that category for me, which means that it is already, I see it with rose-tinted glasses. However, is it one that should be added to your altcoin shortlist? Well, if you want to hear my true thoughts on altcoins like this, that is for my 80/20 crypto newsletter subscribers. As I've said before, the link to that is in the description down below if you want my own personal opinions on whether these altcoins should be added to an altcoin shortlist or not. But the interesting thing here is that Axelar, I think, does fall in the category of these great protocols that the likes of Chainlink, Synternet, Router Protocol, Covalent, that stand to do very well if the industry continues to grow as a whole, because they are so interconnected with so many ecosystems that if the industry is doing well, they are just going to be dragged along for the ride. But what do you think? Do you think Axelar is the king of interoperability plays, or do you think there are better protocols out there? I would love to hear your thoughts. Let me know in the comments. And of course, if you want other altcoin projects reviewing, let me know in the comments as well. I love to hear your suggestions and what you think are particularly interesting projects in this industry. There are thousands of them out there. And then lastly, I just want to remind you that cryptocurrencies are speculative investments. There are no easy wins here, and cryptocurrencies should be considered alongside a variety of other investment assets. You should only place money into cryptocurrencies that you can afford to lose, because they are so speculative. Cryptocurrencies are so special because they can offer life-changing opportunities, but on the other hand, there are no guarantees here. And I want everyone to be able to navigate this space safely with that understanding. And with that, thank you so much for watching this video on Axelar. If you enjoyed it, of course, hit the like button, as I said before, and subscribe to the channel.